Hello, my name is Jordan Jones. I'm a master's student at Southern Utah University, and today I'll be presenting a scenario from the book Understanding Accounting Ethics. It is scenario number 6, titled Intimate Conflicts. The reason I chose this scenario is because I believe in each of our professional lives we're going to be faced with uncomfortable situations. Knowing how to handle those situations will make us better professionals and stay out of trouble. So let me explain to you the situation that happened. There's an internal auditor by the name of Ralph Johnson. Ralph Johnson, he had a long day at work, so he decided to go to the bar. While at the local bar, he recognized a familiar face. It turns out this familiar face was Nancy Draper, a loan officer at the bank that he worked at. As he watched a little bit longer, he noticed that Draper was not alone. She looked to be having an intimate drink with a bank customer. Johnson knew this was against bank policy, and so he observed from afar, and then he decided to go out into his car and wait and observe Draper's car to see if she would come out with the bank customer a little later. About 15 minutes went by, and Draper and the bank customer come out. They both get into her car, things get a little steamy, and 30 minutes later the bank customer leaves her car and then Draper goes home. The next day at work, Johnson was a little confused. He didn't know what to do. He knew that Draper's actions were against bank policy. So his first thought was, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to take this situation to the president of the bank. But then this unraveled a different problem. There's also rumors going around the bank that the bank president and Draper were having intimate relations as well. So this could cause a little bit more conflict that Johnson didn't want to get into. The second scenario that Johnson thought of doing was, well, I could do a loan review. By doing a loan review, I could have it just so happen that we look into this situation with this bank customer, and then things will get found out. But it turns out that they had recently done a loan review on this scenario, nothing came up. And so by opening up the case again could cause suspicion, and Johnson could be accused of harassment or spying or something like that. So what is Johnson going to do? There's 4 options, 4 scenarios that he could go with. 1, he could meet with the bank president. But as I explained, there's rumors going around that the bank president and Draper having relations, so things might not go his way, or the bank president might not look into it, or kind of just push it to the side. Option number 2 is Johnson could do nothing. He could be quiet. But as an auditor, he has an obligation to divulge or bring forth information that could be harmful to the bank, and this would be one of those situations. Option number 3 would be go over the bank president's head and meet with the chairman of the board. Now, this could also bring up some issues if the chairman of the board asked, why didn't you go through the normal chain and talk to the president first? And then he would have to bring up that situation of the president and Draper again. Or the 4th option, he could deal with the situation directly himself, him and Draper on a personal level. Now, this could be a problem because it would be Draper's word versus his word. I feel that in this situation for Johnson, as well as any of us professionals, we need to be prepared in case the situation requires us to lose our job. If we are presented with an unethical situation, or keeping our job, or losing our job, we should go with losing our job instead of performing the unethical behavior. In this specific example, I would suggest that Johnson go to the chairman of the board. By doing so, things will get solved. People might lose their jobs. It would be a little uncomfortable, but he would be able to get the situation into higher authorities' hands, and they'd be able to help him out. Because ultimately protecting the assets of the bank and its clients is the most important. Thank you.